All right, so I figured I'd bring you guys on a quick little ride before I get my day started. Figured I'd take you on a little behind the scenes on my biggest commercial shoot that I've ever had. It's a nice day. We're gonna go for a ride up the rail trail. So I haven't gotten a really ride on the full suspension at all since my last video, which was about 2 weeks ago, because it's been raining. Typical April weather, but now it's definitely bringing some greenery on the trees, which is sweet. So we'll stick to the rail trail, stay dry. Alright, so hopefully you can hear me on one of these two cameras, but there's the GoPro setup. Got a neutral density and a little foamy. Whew. All right, so even though it's great that the leaves are really starting to come out now and spring's here, it causes a little bit of an issue for me with my third episode of The Locals that I'm actually shooting right now, because most of this episode is actually supposed to take place in the cold February, early March days. So we're shooting Thursday morning, hopefully getting all the shots that I absolutely need to be barren, kind of stark in the early morning light, and then the end of the film can kind of end with a little more greenery. But now there's a bit of a time crunch, so hopefully it all works out and continuity makes sense and all that. But I'm gonna finish out this loop, and then hey, go pick up a 15-foot cube truck for the commercial shoot we've got tomorrow, and I'll try and bring you along on the big camera for that. So stay tuned. Yeah, you can really see that green starting to come in. I gotta hurry up and get this short film done. I always pick topics that have a time constraint. Good thing and a bad thing. So now we just go uphill for the next 15 minutes. Little dips, mostly just up in the Dundas Valley. Oh God. This is where you gotta channel your inner Dory from Finding Nemo. You know, her motto is just keep swimming. Mine's just keep pedaling. Just grind it out. Even in my smallest gear, hits the grind. All right, so that wraps up our ride portion of the day. And so let's go get a budget rental truck, start loading it with film gear. All right, so clearly I didn't get to shooting any of the stuff that happened today. Driving a big cube truck for the first time made me a little bit nervous, and I had to make sure that we had all of the stuff that we would need for our shoot. Tomorrow, bright and early, we're getting up at 6 a.m. to start getting all of this stuff that I'll show you in a second out to Burlington, do the shoot. Hopefully I'll be able to show you a little more tomorrow. So we got FS7 here. This side's kind of all grip, so we've got C-stands. We got some 2K risers, I believe, here. Lots of flags. Oh, let's do this here. There we go. We got lighting. We got a Nova, two 300Xs, two 300Ds under there. Some more flags, slider. And underneath there we have some Titan tubes, which I'm super excited to use. It's gonna be a big shoot, long day, 13 hours. Then I gotta do all this picking up in reverse, drop it off, and then we're done. All right, running a little behind already. Okay. This is that time of the morning when you've done all the packing you can do, but you're still kind of fingers crossed that you got everything you need. All right, see you in a bit. All right, future Josh here. A few days after that initial shoot and after that freak snowstorm that we actually got. Now, I can't tell you anything about the project that we just shot or who we shot it for, but the turnaround time for this is pretty quick, so you won't have to wait too long to actually find out what we were shooting and how. I guess I can tell you a little bit about how we shot it. We actually shot it on Christoph's Red Epic Dragon. 1 second, I'll go get it. Red Epic Dragon. So we actually decided to shoot on this because even though we were only delivering to Instagram and social media, we wanted to leave the editor tons of room to play around in post. So we shot this at 96 frames a second in 5K so they can move around all they want to really show the product off in its best possible light. Now, the one thing that the client did tell us was that all of their competitors had actually gone for like a really dark, moody, silhouetted look. And they wanted to stand out from the rest. So we actually went for a really bright white, technical, clean looking image. And the Red Dragon really helped us do that because it's just such a sharp, beautiful image that comes out of even this older Dragon 6K camera. It's incredible.
You need something? I do just want to grab the blade and maybe just a couple quick ones of this. So, yeah, we're gonna... That'll settle up,
Now you're probably noticing this super weird long lens that we have on that. This is the probe macro lens from Laowa. Basically it just gives you these incredibly detailed macro shots. So on the product, again, we were kind of just running along it, showing off a lot of the technologies that went into making the product what it is and really showing off these things to get customers really excited to actually check it out. So this was really fun to use, but a really big technical issue we had with that was we almost didn't have enough lights. Now, to put some context in, we actually shot on the 300D2s, 300Xs, and a Nova, and we still almost didn't have enough light. So it was fun to use, but really tough to get enough light. So yeah, that's the lens. So our budget was pretty tight, and thanks to COVID restrictions, we had to keep our crew pretty small and nimble. We basically just used an 8x8 Ultra Bounce, blasted all of the light that we possibly could up into that to give a nice even top light over the product. And then I didn't want the background to be completely stark white, so I actually went out and added some Astera Titan tubes, which are super expensive, but look incredible to add a little bit of texture in the background. So we set the Titan tubes to be the accent colors that are on the product.
which happened to be kind of a lime green or yellow. We leaned more into the lime green, knowing that with all the data from the red, we could actually shift that color back to the yellow. So that's about all that I can talk about the shoot right now, but I just wanted to say a huge thanks to the whole crew and everyone who kind of helped us with the pre-production and the production day, and all of our rentals. So Francis for the giant probe lens, and Danny O, whose YouTube channel I'll share as well down in the description. He actually came out on Friday night to let us use some Quasar tubes that were similar to the Astera Titan tubes. He had a whole bunch that he owns, and we were able to do a bunch of test shooting with him. So huge shout out to him, and go check out his channel as well. And if you like this weird bike and filmmaking mashup of content, you can subscribe, like, comment, and those things. How do I finish these? Jesse says you should subscribe. Oh, subscribe. So if you like this weird mashup of filmmaking, biking, and outdoors related content, feel free to check out some more of my videos. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.
We're actually doing pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'd like to finish by 6:15, but I'm saying that so that we finish by 6:30 so that we can load out. Yeah.